Hi everyone, welcome to our core session today. Much like we did last time, I'll be separating the session, which is 45 minutes total, into 3 different sections. So first section will include a bit of warm-up and then abdominal work, so working with our transverse abdominis, the deepest layer of our core. Second section will look at glute activation, glute strengthening, so glutes, hips, hamstrings, all around this area. And then our final section will look at pelvic floor and deeper back muscles. So you can do one section at a time, you can do 2 together, you can do all 3 as a full class if you'd like to. Remember that I offer modifications, so you have mild, medium, spicy options. Spicy options are for those that want to give themselves a little more of a challenge. Mild variations are provided with those with injuries, particularly sensitivity and vulnerability in the lower back. So we'll go ahead and make a start lying down on the mat. So bring yourself down into constructive rest pose. Arms just resting at the sides of your body. Palms up to allow the shoulders to release. Have the feet about hip width apart, so knees are pointing directly up to the ceiling. And then try and relax your body here in this position, including the legs. We just bring the spine and pelvis into a neutral position to start with. Might be aware of certain parts of your back that aren't in contact with the mat, where those natural curves of the spine are. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths here, so we can establish that mind-body connection, so we're focused on what we are doing, how we're moving the body. Nice deep breath in. And out. Couple more like this. Final inhale and exhale. And then just shift the arms slightly further away from the sides of your body, turning the palms down to the floor. Keep the feet where they are and drop both knees down to the right. So you just feel that left hip lift up away from the floor. And we come into our traction twist. And then take a breath in, bring the knees back up through center and drop them down to the left. Again, nice and heavy. Inhale, knees through center. Exhale them down to the right. Breathing in, breathing out to the left. So we're just going to do a couple more to each side. So just helping to reset the pelvis. Get rid of any cricks or clicks in the lower spine. And then just start warming up the body a little more. So finishing the one that you are on, and then bringing the feet back to hip width. And you want to make sure that the heels aren't too far in. So if I bring my heels all the way into where I can touch them with my fingertips, you can see that my ankles aren't directly below my knees. That's going to place lots of tension, lots of pressure in the knees. So we actually just want to step the feet a little bit further away. So you can see there's more or less a vertical line there, and it's given me a bit more space in the back of the knee joint. We're going to start here by inhaling, exhaling, pulling the tummy in, so navel to spine. Press the lower back gently to the floor. So lower, middle, upper back flat to the mat. And then inhale, release. Soft belly, exhale through the mouth. Drawing the tummy in. Inhale. Exhale. You can see it's a really slow, steady exhalation. And I hold the belly in. I keep drawing that abdominal wall back until the end of my exhale. So no prizes for the most reps. Better to work slowly and just check that you're recruiting all of the proper muscles and in the right way. So we want to feel the belly drawing back towards the spine and then scooping up a little bit. 2 more rounds. Final time. Exhale, scoop the belly in, keep the lower back on the floor, shoulders relaxed. So turn your palms up if you need to. And then slide that right leg out, hover it just off the floor. Your lower back is still on the mat, belly should be active. Exhale that leg up. Point the toes, inhale, lower the leg down without your lower back coming off the floor. Flex and exhale the leg back up. So keep going there. So slightly different breathing when we're working with deeper core exercises. As I mentioned, the exhale through the mouth is going to help draw that abdominal wall back all the way, and we'll get a better engagement of those muscles. Inhale. Let's do 3 more on the side. So we're pointing to lower, flexing to lift. So we're opening back of the right leg. And then last one, point the toe, hover it just off the floor. Breathing there, you can bring hands to belly if you like. Keep drawing that abdominal wall down all the way towards the floor. And then slide that foot back along and then relax the belly. Let your lower back come up off the floor if it does naturally. Inhale and exhale here, resting the body. Inhale again. As you exhale, pull your tummy in. So you're actively pulling the belly back, pulling that abdominal wall back towards the spine. Slide that left leg out. Flex the foot. Inhale the leg up until you feel a stretch. Point the toes, lower it down, using your belly to control it, to support the weight of the leg. And just check whether you are tensing up your shoulders or whether your arms and shoulders are super relaxed. And then notice whether you are pressing really strongly through that right leg. Try and relax it as much as possible. So we're not using the glutes here to try and make it an easier job for our core. Quite often, when we aren't engaging our core muscles properly or recruiting the right muscles, other parts of the body will take over. So most of the time our shoulders and neck will actually take the tension needed to support our posture rather than use our core. All right, let's do 2 more on this side. Keep that tummy pulled in. Flex 1 more time. Point the toes and then slowly lower. Hover the leg just off the floor. Keep your tummy drawing down. And then release, regrounding that left foot. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Hug the knees up into the chest. Giving yourself a little bit of a rock from side to side. So if you are working with any lower back sensitivity, go ahead and grab a blanket or a cushion in underneath your head. And we're going to work with an exercise called hamstring pull. 3 versions, and you can choose which option you want to work with, mild, medium, or the spicy variation. Mild variation, we're going to extend our legs up to the ceiling. Take your fingertips behind the right thigh or cup if your hamstrings allow. That's not the aim of the pose though. We're not trying to get the hands up high. It's only if it's, where you can reach. Start to lower that left leg down, hovering just off the floor like we did in the last exercise. Belly in, so lower back is pressing to the floor. Exhale here. Inhale, change. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you're drawing your leg into a hamstring stretch, why it's originally called hamstring pull, and using the belly to keep the rest of your body still as the legs swap. Mild variation, continue here. Medium variation, hands interlaced behind the back of the head. We're curling up onto the tips of the shoulder blades and letting the legs do their own thing. So really engage your legs, point away through the toes, tighter is lighter, so engage all the muscles in your legs. Belly, and you don't have to go all the way down, it might just be halfway down and then a swap. Could just be a little scissor movement, otherwise hovering just off the floor. And then final variation, spicy variation, we're adding a twist. So you twist towards the leg that's coming towards your face. So when the left leg comes towards you, you rotate right armpit to left hip. When the right leg comes towards you, left armpit to right hip. So instead of thinking elbow to leg, think armpit to hip. So we're rolling from one shoulder blade onto the other. Keep going here, we've got 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side, just catching your breath. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do a couple more on this side, or a couple more exercises lying down on the back of the body. So we'll take the soles of the feet down onto the floor. So again, allowing for that airspace in the back of the knees, not too close in with your heels. Interlace the hands behind your head. Inhale here. As you exhale, draw those elbows up into your peripheral vision. Pull your front ribs down. So what tends to happen when we interlace the hands is we lift the back of the ribs off the floor, we pop the rib cage, and the elbows just flop to the sides. So we're trying to bring the back of the rib cage to the floor, lift the elbows up, and start pulling these front ribs down by engaging the belly. So even though this is just our prep position, we're still engaged. We're still contracting the abdominals. Inhale here. Exhale, lift up. Head, shoulder blades away from the floor. Inhale, reach the arms alongside the body. And then exhale, hands back behind the head. Breathing in, hold here. Exhale, release, head down. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth, lift up. Inhale, reach arms alongside the body. Hands back behind the head. Inhale again. Exhale, head down. Breathing in. Exhale to curl up. Breathing in, reach the arms. Exhale, hands back behind the head. Hold for another inhale. Exhale down. Let's do one more. Breathing in. Through the mouth, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, hands back behind the head. Maintain this height. And then slowly release the head down. Full breath. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, reach the arms alongside your body and hold here. Little movement, just up and down with the arms. Mild variation here, or with one hand behind your head to support the neck. Please don't strain the neck, just hold it if you need to. Medium version, one leg in tabletop. Spicy variation, 2 legs in tabletop. Extra spicy, both legs straight on an angle. We're holding here for 8, 7, 6, keep breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release down, hug your knees into the chest. Turn your head from side to side. Just releasing your neck. And then coming back to center. Okay, so from here, We are going to take the hands to the backs of the thighs, rock ourselves along the spine a couple of times. You can skip this part if you don't want to rock and just roll to the side of your body. Next time, bringing yourself all the way up and setting the soles of the feet down onto the mat, hip width apart. Again, heels aren't too close to the sit bones. We're going to inhale and sit nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to roll back, hands on the knees, stopping when the arms are straight. So mild variation, we're coming into a twist. Actually, you can step the feet together for this one. Coming into a twist. Take the hands to the backs of the thighs. Hold this kind of curl down position. And then inhale, right arm out to the side, twist and look in the direction your fingertips are pointing. Exhale, come back. Inhale to the left, looking all the way back. Exhale, taking hold of the leg. Mild variation, we're going to continue like this. Exhale, twisting here. So you've got that support. Medium variation. Arms are at shoulder height. We're exhaling to twist over to the left, bending that left arm back and then reaching forward. Exhale, right arm and coming back. So only thing that's changed is that we're no longer holding on to the leg for support. We still stay one arm's distance away from our knees. So there's no going up or down, forward or back, and we just twist. Exhale. Spicy variation if you want to try it. Legs lifting up into a tabletop position. Breathing in, reach the arms. Exhale, twisting there, bringing the palms together. Inhale, exhale, through center, to the right. Inhale, to the left. Let's do two more. Breathing in, let's all finish to the left side. Come back to center, support your legs, and release from there. Sitting nice and tall. Just walk your hands out in front of you. Take 3 deep breaths here. Last inhale. And exhale, walking the hands back. So we'll move on to our second section now, our glute activation section. So you can do this section on its own as a way to fire up the glutes if you've been sitting for long periods of time, whether you've been commuting, traveling, or just working in a desk job. It's a great way to get those postural muscles fired up. So we are coming down onto our forearms. Elbows aren't quite shoulder width apart, they're a little bit closer together than that. And then knees are directly underneath our hips. Belly is pulling in, we're pushing the floor away, so we're spreading our shoulder blades, lifting the chest away from the floor. Send that right leg back behind you. Inhale, tuck your tailbone. Exhale, lift the leg up. It shouldn't be going too high. We don't want to collapse into the lower back just to get the leg higher. So we want to be drawing up through the belly, tucking the tailbone, and then preventing that movement in the lower back. Inhale, take those toes down. Exhale, squeeze that leg up. Breathing in, breathing out. Going for last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Flex the foot and bend the knee, and then little pulses up to the ceiling. Again, this movement is from my glute muscles contracting. It's not from my spine moving. So my shoulders, my spine, and pelvis are completely still. You could balance a cup of tea on my back and on your back, I'm sure, and we wouldn't spill a drop. Let's go here for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that foot flexed. Extend the leg back behind you and draw some little circles. It might feel a little bit awkward. Try your best. Again, avoid moving any other part of your body. It can help to imagine a string attached to your heel and someone drawing those circles. And change direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that knee back underneath the hip. Sit back into your child's pose. Nice deep breath here. Inhale, exhale. And then when you're ready, coming on up again. So you might feel this in the shoulders as well. The shoulder stabilizers are working to keep our upper body stable, to keep it still. So we're sending that left leg back behind us, tucking the tailbone underneath, pushing the floor away, and then lifting the heel up towards the ceiling. Keep the toes pointed for this first variation. Halfway now, let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, flex the foot, bend the knee, pulsing up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex that foot, keep it flexed as you extend the leg, and then go into those little circles. A few one way. And then when you're ready, change direction. We've got 6 more. 5, keep it small. Remember the foot stays flexed. That movement is coming from your glutes, from your hip. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Second side always seems to go a bit quicker, thankfully. Coming down into your child's pose, just to give your shoulders a bit of a rest, and so you can catch your breath. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly rolling yourself up to hands and knees first. And then tucking the toes and moving into a quick downward facing dog just to stretch out the backs of your legs. We're going to pull the tummy in and then step that right foot forward between the hands. Coming up into a lunge position. So the feet are hip width apart. Even though one is forward, one is back, keep that hip width so you're on train tracks and not on a tightrope with the feet. Hands on the hips, front knee directly over that front ankle. We're bending our back knee and then doing a little hover and lift. Hover and lift. Wiggle that back foot back a little more if you need to, in order to keep your spine straight up and down and to ease any pressure in that back knee. I find if the foot is too close, so if your stance is too small, then you might feel it into that back knee. So go wider. And we've got 4 more. They're all about the glutes, so squeezing this back leg as well. 2, 1, hold it here. So hold that hover position, arms out in front, hands interlaced. We're twisting to the right with an exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep going, straighten that back leg, push away through the heel. You should feel more of a stretch happening up through this hip flexor. 3 more. Last one. Come back to center, hands onto hips. Open out to the wide edge of your mat into a squat. So here, the important thing to get right is the turnout of the feet. Take the hands onto the thighs for a moment. If your feet have beautiful turnout, but your hips are too tight, so your knees are falling in, i.e. not following the direction of the feet, it causes all sorts of issues for the knees. So see where your knees get to, and then just adjust the feet. So your knees point where your toes are pointing. Use the hands at first just to help push those thighs back. Then start to squeeze the glutes. Bring the hands to the hips, lift the chest, and take little squats here. Little bounces. So from the side, it looks like this. So my bum isn't sticking out too much. I'm not collapsing. I'm pulling the tummy in, tucking the tailbone, and keeping my shoulders aligned over my hips. Keep it going there. We've got a couple more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, give them a little bit of a shake out, and then turn back to the right. So back into your lunge on that right side. Now we can shorten that stance a little bit because we're going to be taking body weight into this right foot. Bring the upper body forward. So this is arrowhead lunge. Crown of the head reaching up on the diagonal, back heel lifted. Arms reach up as well. As you exhale, left knee into the chest. Inhale, step back. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going here. So the body weight is mainly in this right foot and down through that right heel, so you can feel those right glutes switching on. 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Standing tall, giving your legs a bit of a shake out. And then take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, rolling down. So if you need support, your hands are coming on the thighs. Roll yourself down into a forward fold. Step back, downward dog, and just stretch out the backs of the legs. You might pedal the heels down. You might keep the legs still. Don't have to have straight legs. You could be working with bent knees if the hamstrings are a bit tighter. And then let's take one more breath. Looking forward and stepping that left foot up to left thumb. Coming on up into your crescent lunge. Hands on the hips, bending that back knee, wiggle it back a little further so you have nice 90-degree angles in the backs of the knees and as you come down into that hover position. Nice little lift and lower there. Keep breathing here. We've got a few more. 3, 2, 1. Holding it here. Arms in front, hands interlaced. Twist to the left on an exhale. Inhale. Belly in. Twist. Start to straighten that back leg. Push your way through the heel. Two more. Exhale, and then open out to the other long edge of your mat into your squat. Let me turn around and face you here. So again, just checking the turnout of the feet and the knees, making sure that you can maintain that turnout by activating your glutes, hands to hips, and a little up and down. Little pulse. So keeping the knees bent, relax your toes. Let the body weight drop down through the heels. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Take the arms forward, up. Exhale, sink a little lower. And then slowly turning back over your left leg. So I'm turning the other way on my mat just because I changed sides before. So your left leg should be forward. You're in your arrowhead lunge. Exhale, draw that right knee in. Inhale, step back. Exhale, draw that knee in. Couple more here. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, last one. Exhale there. Let's take the hands down around that front foot. Step it back, stretch out the backs of your legs for a moment. And then place the knees and come into child's pose. Catching your breath. Resting your body. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, so from here, starting our third and final section. So from your child's pose, you can come down onto your belly. So bring yourself down onto the front of your body. Extending the legs away behind you. And we're just taking the elbows underneath the shoulders for a moment. Check that the feet aren't super wide, draw them in. So we really want to connect into our pelvic floor muscles. So our pelvic floor muscles, like a hammock, that support the bladder and the bowels. How we activate them can be hard to explain. Definitely not one that we can check. So it is the group of muscles that we use when we're trying to stop ourselves from going to the bathroom. So that internal lift, but it doesn't mean that we're also squeezing the glutes or squeezing the shoulders or gritting the teeth. So we're going to take a deep breath here, inhale. As you exhale, lift up internally through the pelvic floor. Breathing in, release. Exhale, internal lift through the pelvic floor. We've got one more. And then just release yourself down onto the front of the body. Give your hips a little shake out from side to side. And then keep the hands there as a pillow for your forehead. Push the pubic bone down into the floor. Lift your pelvic floor, lift the belly, and then lift that right leg up away from the floor. Exhale down. Lift the left leg. Exhale down. Lift both legs. Hold. Kick. Little kicking motion. So just like you are swimming, little kick there. Keep the belly pulled in. Option to lift the head and chest. So we come into an extension, but our arms are very relaxed. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Relax. Couple of breaths here. So you might find that the heart rate picks up a lot more with this back strengthening work. So take time in between just to slow your breath. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to reach our arms out in front of us. So feet are hip width, arms are shoulder width. Pubic bone to the floor, belly in. Inhale, lift the head. Right arm and left leg. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep going. So alternating opposite arm and leg. We're engaging all the way down to the tippy toes. And let's do 2 more. Make this next one your last one. Make a pillow. Shake your hips out. Full breath here, so just recovering in between. And then bring the legs all the way together. So here we're zipping up the inner thighs, lifting our pelvic floor. So when we engage the deepest layer of abdominals, we do actually get a little bit of pelvic floor lift, but we're just adding a little more lift internally. Arms coming to the sides of the body, palms up, heads of the shoulders lifted. So we're already working even in this prep position. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Natural curve in the neck. So it's okay to look a little bit forward, but not all the way forward. So look forward and down rather than forward and up. Exhale, release, turn onto your cheek. Inhale, lift. Exhale onto the other cheek. Breathing in. Breathing out. Couple more. Breathing in, lift and hold. Option to lift the legs. Option to take the arms forward. Option to swim. Legs are going, arms are going. It's like opposite arm and leg, but a little quicker. Hold here wherever you are for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bend your knees. Slow down the breathing. And then window wiper the legs from side to side. Nice full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center and stretching the legs back out. We'll do one last little exercise here. And come into cobra. So we're taking the hands just slightly back from the shoulders, not all the way forward. Same thing that happens with our knees. If our feet are too close towards our sit bones, happens here if the hands are too far forward under the shoulders. We want them back to open up the elbow joints a little more. And then we're inhaling to lift the head and chest. You can stay low, you can come up a little bit higher. As you exhale, lower. So it might just be down here. You might still be able to lift the hands. That's fine if you're staying a bit lower. It might just be halfway. Exhale. Might be up a little higher. Again, this is very much one that you have to be the judge of. What feels the best for your body, what gives you that little bit of challenge without taking you into areas that may not be kind of ready for this movement. Couple more. Exhale, shoulder blades drawing down the back, shoulders down, elbows in. Elbows should be right against your rib cage. Last time, inhale. Move up and back, child's pose as you exhale. Take your time to move there. So we've been on the belly for a while. You might just want to take a moment, letting that spine round again. Slide the hips from side to side. Let the forehead release down. And then coming up onto fingertips and rounding over. Easing yourself all the way up to sitting. And then just sit the hips over to the side, bring your legs around in front of you. Sitting nice and tall here. Walking the hands out in front. And then just breathing into this hip stretch. Doesn't matter if you're up higher, whether you come down onto forearms, just breathe into it. Keep softness in the face and the jaw. So we're still getting that countering effect of the forward fold, and also getting a glute stretch after all of that work. Last breath. Walk the hands in. Take the right hand to the right. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale it over into a side stretch. And then coming back, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up and over. Come back to center. Release, change the cross on your legs, bring the other shin in front. Walk the hands forward, fold over. Deep breaths here. Last deep breath. Walking the hands back. This time twisting left hand onto your right knee, right fingertips behind your body. Make sure head and neck aren't straining. Let that movement come through your torso rather than your neck. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, changing sides, left fingertips behind you, right hand onto the leg. Again, just feeling that release in the back. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, coming back to center. Sitting nice and tall, lower chin to chest. Breathing in, roll the head over to the right. Exhale the head back down. Roll it over to the left. And exhale back down. Do one more big roll side to side. And then slowly bring the head back to center. Blink the eyes open. And well done, you are all finished. As always, if you have any questions about any of the exercises we covered, please do pop us an email, get in touch. Thank you for joining us.